What's going on, Muscle Monsters? Alain Gonzalez here, and today I want to talk to my fellow skinny guys. All right, as you guys know, you look on my channel, there's a playlist for tips and tricks specifically geared towards naturally skinny guys. My website is jam-packed, full of articles specifically geared towards skinny guys. That's my niche. That's who I like to talk to because that's who I am. All right. And so you guys see the formula over and over: 1 gram per pound of body weight for protein, this many fats, this many carbs, track and adjust. As long as you're in a surplus, you're going to gain weight, yada, yada, yada. But I still get emails all the time about how you can't gain weight, how much you should be eating, what foods you should be eating, and so on and so forth. And the problem is not you, the problem is me, right? The problem is that I'm not speaking to you in a way that it resonates with you. All right. Now, obviously, this is not everyone. Some of you have taken my strategies and used them to create great physiques, and you still send me before and after pictures pretty much every day. And but there's still some people who they just need to hear it a bit differently. They need to do it a bit differently. Not everyone wants to calculate their macros and then track their macros. Some people just want to be able to eat and lift and grow. And the truth of the matter is that if you are a naturally skinny guy who finds it damn near impossible to gain weight, then there's other ways to go about it. In fact, I went about it a different way, a way that most people nowadays would say is kind of stupid or outdated or whatever the case. But the truth of the matter is that it is very effective. And it's a very simple calorie formula that is going to pretty much ensure that you're gaining weight. And the beautiful thing about it is that now you're not going to have to worry about protein and carbs and fats, because when you're eating this much, chances are you're going to hit all those macros, right? You're eating so much calories, or so many calories, that it's going to be hard not to reach your protein intake, not to hit your fats, and not to hit your carbs, right? Now, obviously, if this strategy was to be used by someone who kind of puts on size pretty easily, has been training for a while, then it's not going to work. And when I say it's not going to work, what I mean is it's probably going to put on too much fat, right? But when you're a naturally skinny guy who doesn't really have an appetite, you don't have the stomach for tons of food, or even for enough food to be in a surplus, then here's what I want you to do, all right? I want you to take your body weight, multiply it by 20. You're going to get a number, and it's going to be a big number. And that's the number of calories that I want you to aim for every day. Thing is, chances are it's going to be very hard for you to hit that number. But if you fall short, you're still almost guaranteeing that you are eating in a surplus. All right. Now, some people will say, "Oh yeah, but you're going to gain a bunch of fat." If you're going to gain any fat from eating too much, right, too high of a surplus, then right now is the time to do it. All right. Right now, because right now is the time where you can put on the most muscle mass. Okay. So it's the point where you're going to put on less fat, more muscle, despite a certain amount or a certain a surplus that's too high, right? So for example, if I ate the same surplus as what I'm telling you to eat, I'm going to gain more fat than I will muscle, right? But because you're a beginner and you can put on muscle much faster, then you can build more muscle than you will fat, okay? But the real kicker here is that what this is going to do is not just put some size on you and get you eating more and increasing your appetite, but it's going to get the ball rolling, right? It's going to create that momentum that you need in order to keep going at it, right? To keep going to the gym, to keep making gains. Because frankly, the best motivation that we can get is seeing progress or progress. So when you start seeing that you're gaining weight and your friends start saying, "Hey man, you're getting bigger," right? You're putting on size, you look jacked, whatever, like that's going to push you to continue training every day or however many days a week. You get the idea, and kind of just sustaining this lifestyle. And then as you get more advanced, right, you've already put on a good amount of size, maybe a little bit of fat, obviously, because you're eating in a hefty surplus. Now you can start to get more strategic. Now you can start figuring out exactly how much of a surplus you really need in order to just gain lean mass, how many carbs exactly, how many fats and protein, and then you can track your macros, and then you can really get into the nitty-gritty of the nutrition. But in the beginning, you can afford to eat a lot of food, right? And because it's so hard for you already to stomach this food, the chances of you eating so much that you pile on a bunch of fat is not likely, especially if you're staying active in your training program. All right? So, again, when I sit down and I tell you, multiply your body weight by 16, or eat this many calories, or this many carbs, this many fats, protein, track your macros, adjust your weight, that's just the right thing, right? That's what you really need to be aiming for. But the truth is, if you're struggling to gain any weight and you're really not interested in nitpicking every macronutrient, then fucking just come up with a big sum of calories, right? Multiply your body weight by 20. Now you've got a hefty goal. And even if you don't hit it, you're still getting enough calories. And because you're eating so much, you're ensuring that you're getting enough protein, fats, and carbs. And so it's a winning formula, right? You don't have to be super strategic. All you have to do is aim for that big number, and chances are you're going to be growing. And that's pretty much it, right? Later on, as you get more advanced and now you want to make lean gains, or you want to cut first to reveal, all the added muscle, or whatever the case, then you can get more strategic. But in the beginning, if you just want to build that momentum, because that momentum is a powerful thing, right? Because once you get that ball rolling, it's hard to stop it, okay? So that's pretty much it, guys. Take your body weight, multiply it by 20, fucking eat everything in sight, just as long as you're within that number. And I guarantee you, you're not going to eat to a point where you're just going to get fat as long as you're training. And I guarantee you that you're going to be hitting your carbs, fats, and proteins as long as you just keep a mindful eye of what you're eating, and it's not just donuts and Pop-Tarts. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, click the like button below. If you want an actual training program to go along with this diet, grab mass in a flash, it's completely free. Link below. Go there, put your name and your email address. You'll get instant access to that, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.